Have you realized you're in one city, in one state, in one country? Take a look around you and realize there's much more than just that. When was the last time you helped someone? To many, helping means assisting friends with homework or helping your family with chores. But to others, it's way more than that. Look beyond and realize that the world needs your help. Not just where you come from, but all around you. There are many things going on in the world today, and one of them is Guatemala. There is the lack of resources, there is the mission success that's going on, and then there's ways you can help. First, I'm going to discuss the lack of resources. One is the sanitation of water. According to World Health Organization, there's a major issue in the lack of sanitized water and there's a lack of clean water and proper sanitation. And back at home, we dig wells down into the ground, and that's where our water comes from. But here, they get their water from this lake. This lake is very unsanitary and very unclean. But to the indigenous people, it doesn't matter because they are immune to it. But when Americans come and they volunteer, they get ill because it is bad water. So, when you really think about it, just think about the full aspects of going to another country. Another lack of resource is their medical supplies. All the supplies they get are donations from following other communities. And with that, if you were to get sick in a developing country, that's really crucial because you lack the limited supplies. The supplies you do have is limited. So you need to be very careful and realize that these people need more than just what they have. And the sad thing is we went to the hospital and there was one patient in that hospital. There were several beds, but one patient. So when you go outside and you see these people that medically need help, they don't even go because they are just grateful for what they have and they don't even complain about it, which is crazy. Now that we've talked about the lack of resources, let's go into the mission. There's one mission in particular. It's the San Lucas Toloman mission. It was established by Father Greg Schaefer Reagan. He came here in his 20s unwillingly, but when he did come, he fell in love with the place and with the people. He served 48 years of his life in this mission, and he ultimately changed everybody's life. Wherever you go, his face is on the walls because he did such an impact on people. Several things that he did is he did the coffee plantation, he did the women's shelter, he donated money for the reforestation, he did the Montessori school, and much more than just that. For the stove project, which I mentioned earlier, I'm sorry about that, the stove project is very important because these people are cooking in an open fire in their home, and all that smoke is going into their lungs and causing them lung infections, serious illness, and even death. But the stove project is amazing because they're building these stoves and then they're having it so the ventilation goes outside, and it's majorly increasing the welfare and the health of people. Another important thing is the Montessori schools. These children had nothing, and when they go to school, they're giving a sense of hope and opportunity for their future. It's keeping the kids off the street, and what I found interesting is that many of the older people, they didn't really have an education, but yet they're the most intelligent people I've ever met, and it's honestly a blessing. Another important thing is the Women's Center. This broke my heart because the Women's Center is for women to come together and to socialize. The men are very possessive and they don't give the opportunity for women to go off, but they allow their women to go to these centers. They learn weaving, they learn how to cook different recipes, and they even do their laundry. And they're okay because their children are being well taken care of and they're safe. And these women can just have fun and breathe. And then there's the coffee plantation. The coffee plantation was doing very poorly until Father Greg took his inheritance and donated all that money for the coffee plantation, and that's where they started. It is giving people jobs, and most importantly, it's helping the mission. And then there's the reforestation. There was a man named Trevillo whose grandfather owned the land, and the government took the land from him. But Father Greg found a man in North Carolina to donate $70,000 to buy back the land, and he gave it back to Trujillo, and now they're doing many things with gardening and just helping their land and the people in it. Especially to the Mayans, their land is the most important thing to them. Now that we've talked about the mission, let's go on to how you can help as a person. When you think about helping people, to Americans, they take everything for granted. They always have to have the best car, the newest phone. They always want to go out to lunch with their friends, which, yeah, that's awesome. But at the same time, you could be using that money and sending a child to school. You could be sponsoring them. You could take the time to gather supplies and send it to Guatemala, and people here would actually have more use and be more grateful for those things than the people back home, which is really sad because they have nothing. I mean, look at this. They wash their clothes in dirty water, and yet they still have a smile on their face. One thing that has stuck with me the most is that these children come from nothing, and yet they have nothing. I don't see a single child crying, and they're just so happy to see us and to see that we are helping them. One important thing to know too is that everyone always uses excuses. They have no time, or they're too busy, or they have families. Yeah, you have families, so does the rest of the people. But taking 1 week out of your life to come to a different country and support these people and to show them that there is hope for their future is an amazing feeling, and you can gain so much self-worth from it. Now that we've talked about the lack of resources, the mission success, and what you can do, what pushed me to get here, because I was very scared, just like many of you. I was worried about my safety and what I could be doing, but my best friend, I interviewed her, and her name is Jackie, and she has done missionary trips. She has gone to other countries and seen firsthand what a little bit of faith and a little bit of help can do to a person. And she sat me down and said, you know what, Beth, you need to do this. You need to gain self-worth, and you need to see what is really going on in these other countries. And honestly, this experience has changed my life. Volunteering in this country, especially Guatemala, it has opened my eyes to many different possibilities and even a different career path. I feel like I would much rather pursue my life in something like this than to go to America and help the next person, order up, It's just amazing what a little bit of time and what you can do to change someone's life.